At harvest time, the last thing you want to do is get winter wheat into the ground until you realize its value. Winter wheat has changed. Advanced breeding, agronomics, and new international markets add up to more profit for your farm. You just have to get it into the ground.
Winter wheat is excellent for your bottom line. There's a lot of good, diverse markets. It also is really good for lowering your input costs, which in the end keeps money in my pocket.
Customers are telling us that they like the quality of winter wheat. If farmers could grow more winter wheat, we would be able to tap into that market.
There's very good agronomic production packages that allow winter wheat to be grown pretty much anywhere across Western Canada.
There's a critical time earlier in the spring or even in the wintertime that you have to plan for winter wheat that fall.
It comes down to a little bit more management and a little bit more planning in terms of being ready to seed at the proper time and having that standing stubble available to plant the crop into.
Winter wheat is excellent after canola. Canola stubble tends to be higher. You really need a good snow trap.
A well-managed winter wheat crop is a crop that you'll be happy with. Once you've grown it for a couple of years and had success, you won't want to leave it.
Winter wheat is excellent for our bottom line because of that lower input costs and because we're able to utilize a lot of the spring moisture.
Not only does it more efficiently utilize water and soil nutrients, but it also enhances other habitat like our upland game birds, providing nesting habitat that our spring wheat just can't do.
Various funding partners like the Alberta Wheat Commission, the Western Winter Wheat Initiative, and Western Grains Research Foundation look to winter wheat as a crop that has great potential for Western Canada.
It promotes a number of different things in diversity and promotes a whole bunch of different positive aspects for our crop rotation.
It's just a more competitive crop, particularly with spring annuals. Winter wheat is competitive enough where it actually wouldn't even require herbicides in some situations.
It comes up early and it has the ability to compete with that wild oat, and so then we don't have to spray for wild oats in the spring.
For the farmer, there's practical aspects around being able to grow more acres with the same capital fleet of equipment, because you're able to spread out those acres across a wider calendar window.
It certainly diversifies the workload, so you're able to use equipment over a longer period of time and actually farm more acres. It spreads the harvest. You're usually harvesting the winter wheat crop earlier than the other spring sown crops, so that's an advantage.
If you get past that stage of seeding in the fall, you'll be amazed in the spring how much extra time you have because you don't have to seed those acres in the spring.
As a breeder, I'm trying to develop varieties with improved agronomics that includes yield, winter hardiness, and short, strong straw, improved disease resistance to a whole host of different organisms, as well as create new quality types.
As an agronomist, I work on integrating the various production factors that go into a cropping system for winter wheat. So it could be anything from looking at sowing densities to herbicide, wheat competitive, to nitrogen.
We're looking at some other things now in terms of emerging threats. A good example of that is resistance to the wheat stem sawfly. So we are developing solid stem winter wheats.
We're essentially conducting research that'll enhance the overall production system for winter wheat.
We're looking to develop new varieties with improved agronomics, improved disease resistance, and ultimately with an end-use quality that is demanded by the marketplace.
We were just on a trip to Central America and was able to show the customers the difference of the quality of Canadian winter wheat versus US winter wheat. They were very impressed with the color and the extraction especially, because that's how they're going to make their money.
As a milliner, you're always trying to get more flour from every ton of wheat that you are processing, and Canadian winter wheat is very good on that one.
We need to get the volumes up, though, in order to be able to service that market. We don't have the production right now to be able to do that.
As a milliner, you like to have the good extraction that Canadian winter wheat gives you. You would like to have the good quality that Canadian winter gives you, but you need a consistent supply.
If farmers could grow a little bit more winter wheat, we'd be able to go out to these customers and tell them that we would have this product available for them year-round. If we start to build demand, we would hopefully see increased returns to farmers.
Winter wheat is very important. It forms a huge part of the blend that countries in Latin America use.
Also in Asia, whiteness in noodles is very important, and we see winter wheat from Canada really working well in that.
Winter wheat has a lot of end uses. It's a very good milling wheat. That flour can be used in a wide range of products, from flatbreads and noodles to French rolls and baguettes, and very good in pan breads as well. We need to ensure that the varieties that are grown are competitive with varieties grown around the world. It's got great quality, and users like it. The biggest problem is that the supply isn't large enough.
I would like farmers to consider winter wheat not just because of the agronomic and ecosystem benefits, but really on the economic side.
Year in and year out, economists in the various provinces tell us that when you pencil it out, winter wheat is one of the most profitable crops that you can grow. For farmers, the greatest thing about winter wheat is that it's got higher yield, earlier maturity, and greater profitability.
Winter wheat is an excellent crop to get into your rotation. It makes economic sense, and it just really works well in a crop rotation.